Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannon's Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil. Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support of Shannon's Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil. In fact, how good is Shannon's Insurance? A company ran by enthusiasts just like us. What a recipe. If you add your house insurance to your current car or bike insurance, you'll receive a 10% multi-policy discount. Pick up the phone and give Shannon's a call when you get a moment on 134646. They have just so much to offer. You can also find out more at shannons.com.au. When you get to their website, have a look around. It is quite extensive. And whilst you're there, you can also sign up and become a member of the Shannon's Club, where you can interact with other enthusiasts, share stories and photos. It's a lot of fun. Check them out, shannons.com.au. Everyone knows how crucial the quality of an engine oil and coolant is to your particular type of car, no matter what you drive. This is where Penrite Oil excels. They're an Australian-owned company. They've been established since 1926. They've also got a tech line that you can call to find out about the oil relevant to your particular application. Check Penrite out online at penriteoil.com.au. Penrite, simply a better class of oil. One of the best catalogues you can ever look through is the National Parts Depot catalogue. They may not be able to help you with restoring a classic Studebaker, but they can help you with a classic American-built GM or Ford. National Parts Depot have a massive 3 million part inventory. Ask them to send you a catalogue pertaining to your particular type of build, and they freight to Australia and New Zealand every day of the week. See more online at npdlink.com. Oh, and on today's show, I'd like to share with you a private car collection. But before I do, a very nice 3-hour drive from Detroit has brought me here to South Bend in Indiana. And as a part of the incredible Motor City Woodward Dream Cruise experience, one cannot pass up the chance to visit the Studebaker Museum. When you visit the Detroit, Michigan region, it's museums after museums. These national museums are informative and are educational. The more we can learn about our early automobile pioneers, the better. This Studebaker National Museum is a state-of-the-art 55,000 square foot facility that opened in October 2005. The building has 3 levels and features fully climate-controlled galleries and storage facilities to ensure the best possible care for the collection. The Studebaker National Museum was designed by South Bend's own James Childs Architects and features several design elements from Studebaker's factory buildings. So you might be thinking, where did it all start with Studebaker? On February 16, 1852, Henry and Clement Studebaker opened the H&C Studebaker blacksmith shop at the corner of Michigan and Jefferson Streets in South Bend, Indiana. Younger brothers Peter, John Moeller and Jacob would later join the firm. The Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company, as it would be later known, became the world's largest manufacturer of wagons and buggies. The Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company entered the automobile market with an electric car in 1902. Thomas Edison purchased the second electric car produced by Studebaker. Gasoline-powered models arrived in 1904 as Studebaker offered a full line of horse-drawn and self-propelled vehicles until 1920. During this era, Studebaker automobiles were produced in Detroit, while the South Bend plant remained devoted to horse-drawn vehicles. The company's name changed once again in 1911 to the Studebaker Corporation. Through time, Studebaker built a quality product with bold styling and offered healthy performance throughout its models. The Studebaker Corporation's automobile production ended in March of 1966. These models that remain here at the Studebaker Museum are a testament to the quality and the efforts of the once-was Studebaker Corporation. With me now I have Andrew Beckman, the archivist here at the Studebaker Museum. What a place. How are you, Andrew?
Just fine, Fletch, thank you.
That's good. Look, I've got to commend you. Again, another outstanding museum. I wouldn't mind $10 for every museum there is within the region.
Indeed, there's quite a number of places that folks can visit. Here, Auburn Court, Duesenberg, Gilmore, all within an easy day's drive of one another.
So, Andrew, tell us about the museum. Where does it start with you?
Well, the Studebaker Museum got its start when Henry and Clem Studebaker screwed together their first wagon back in 1852. Fast forward a few years, and Clement Studebaker, now president of the Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company, decides to start collecting some vehicles for the company's private museum. The Lincoln and Lafayette carriages came on board, along with a few other carriages of Studebaker's manufacture. And today that collection has grown to be the 120 vehicle collection we have here at the Studebaker National Museum.
What an incredible time of transition from the 1800s into the 1900s to go from horse-drawn carriage to a gasoline-powered engine. It must have just, I don't think we're going to see anything in our lifetimes with that much impact.
When you look at the technology change that went in really a very short time, it's amazing. And Studebaker was the only company to successfully make that transition. And they lasted from the time of the Civil War up into the space age, and really just a testament to all the Studebaker products have seen.
Andrew, tell us, like, when you walk in here, for people that haven't been here before, what can you offer people as soon as they walk through that door there?
Well, folks can see basically the transportation history of the United States and really the world through the products of the Studebaker Corporation, from the earliest horse-drawn vehicles up into the Avanti, America's most advanced automobile in the 1960s. Folks with young children can take advantage of our interactive children's exhibit, the Super Service Center. And there's many things for everybody. If people are thinking, well, I don't want to see a barn full of cars, well, we're so much more than cars. There's other artifacts from our area's industrial history.
If you want to find out more about this particular museum, studebakermuseum.org. They stand for some great stuff. See, history like this interests me. In 1952, Studebaker introduced the popular hard-top body style in both the Commander and Champion lines. They actually celebrated the centennial on February the 16th, 1952, and they supplied the pace car for that year's Indianapolis 500. This car hosted a 232 cubic inch V8 engine and priced when new $2,448.
Well, the museum's upper level gallery represents the later part of Studebaker's history, starting about the mid-1930s up until the bitter end.
It's great to see the evolving platform of Studebaker, particularly the Larks. I mean, when they, towards the ends, I mean, what some beautiful designs, weren't they?
Indeed, the Studebaker's later years, their calling card was styling, and they really knew how to put together a handsome car, and unfortunately the sales didn't always follow, but today those are really the most highly sought after Studebaker models.
Yeah. Andy, let's talk about some creative stuff. Explain the Volkswagen there.
Well, the museum has a number of feature exhibits throughout the year that focus on many times not Studebakers, but just another way to appeal to a different audience. We've had exhibits on motorcycles and muscle cars and a number of things. This is our art car exhibit, where using the automobile as a creative platform for expression. And the Beetle, called Casa Linda Lace, is a wrought iron-bodied Volkswagen Beetle. It actually runs and drives. Mm-hmm. I drove it into the building, and I can tell you it's very drafty. Yeah.
And the car next to it there, the one that if you took it out in the rain it'd rust, what's the go there?
That one, oh my goodness. He welded that car together from, it looks like pieces of metal no bigger than like a credit card or an airline ticket or something, and it runs and drives too. He actually drove it around to his different exhibits, and that car is actually courtesy of the Art Car Museum in Houston, Texas.
The Studebaker next to us here looks absolutely brilliant under the lights. What's the go with the VW logo and the Mitsubishi emblems there?
Well, the 50 Studebaker was actually inspired by the Lockheed P-38 Lightning, and you can see some of the similarities between the two vehicles, the airplane and the car. And so gentleman Doug Hodak from Illinois decided he was going to do up his 1950 Studebaker as a P-38. So I believe that represents the kills, quote-unquote, that he recorded with his Studebaker, although it probably just drowned them in leaking oil or something like that.
Well, what about this, the 1956 Packard Predictor? Packard built the Predictor for display during the 1956 season of auto shows. Packard stylist Richard Teague designed the car, and it was built entirely by hand in less than 90 days. The Predictor features retractable roof panels, a retractable rear window, and Packard's push-button Ultramatic transmission. Now, I know we're talking Packard and we're in a Studebaker Museum, but it was interesting that Packard had a 374 cubic inch V8 producing 290 horsepower back in 1956. I hope you're really enjoying today's episode of Classic Restos, and of course this particular trip would not be made possible without the continued support of Shannon's Insurance. Give them a call on 134646. Don't forget National Parts Depot and of course Penrite Oil. Back with more after this. Welcome back. Well, Andy, we're down in the basement. Never ceases to amaze me. You guys are in the United States, they're big on basements. You just don't know what you're going to find, even in museums. Love how you've got the elevated look going on here with all the cars. It looks spectacular.
Well, thank you. This is actually necessity is the mother of invention. We had a lot of vertical space and we needed more storage space, and someone said, well, why don't we get those racks that, they advertise in magazines, and the light bulb went on above everyone's head, so here we are.
Just when you think it's over, you just get the lift down in here and it all starts again. Now, the purpose of this section here, I can see we've got some military content over there. You might want to run us through that, Andy.
Indeed. The Studebaker brothers built military equipment first in the 1850s for the U.S. government in every conflict between there and up to the Vietnam era. The Studebaker Corporation was building military vehicles of one kind or another.
The military scene is very big. It's very big now in Australia, and I believe in the United Kingdom as well. There's been a couple of military shows on Classic Restos. That's really taking on.
And the Studebakers offered quite a unique arsenal of vehicles and equipment, from Army ambulances for World War II, or World War I, the horse-drawn vehicles, which are very similar to those used in the Spanish-American and Civil Wars. World War II, of course, is very mechanized. They built B-17 bomber engines, built under license from Wright. Also the Weasel, a vehicle unique to Studebaker, and also 6x6 army trucks, many of which were sent to Russia for use by the Red Army.
Andy, such a diverse company, such a strong brand. It was a shame that they folded.
Well, it was unfortunately the harsh realities of the business world that led to Studebaker's demise. They simply could not compete in the automotive industry, which at that time was the toughest one in the United States. And people ask, what caused Studebaker to go out of business? Why did they close when they did? And really, you could say it's a wonder they lasted as long as they did. This company endured many tragedies, from factory fires in the horse-drawn era to losing their main market, which was the horse-drawn vehicle market. But they transitioned to automobiles. They survived bankruptcy and the Great Depression, only to succumb to the harsh realities of the business world.
Well, just on the behalf, want to thank you again, Andy, for doing such a wonderful job here. I mean, the presentation of these museums is really something. 100% detail every step of the way, and it's to the efforts of these guys and the volunteers and the people that work here, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much, and we really appreciate you guys coming down to see us, and please drop in again anytime.
Will do. Thanks, Andy.
All right, thank you, Fletch.
Okay, now stick around, because just in a moment you're going to see one awesome private car collection. Well, here I am in Tiffin, Indiana. This is House of Murray. Pull up, get out, chook sheds. 5 of them. Murray is a Mopar guy. When it comes to cars, he has it bad. All up, Murray has over 1,000 Mopars. If you cut his arm off, a Valiant would fall out. Is Murray happy? Of course he is. He's been collecting, restoring, driving and parting cars out since almost a kid. Each chook shed tells a story. Rows and rows of once-loved, showrooming, gracing vehicles that stood proud and embraced the highways and byways of the United States. Murray is an incredible doctor. He saves these cars' lives. Sure, some don't look too glamorous, but they haven't ended up at the crusher.
Yeah, I can't stand it, Fletch. I can't stand seeing any of these cars go to the crusher. I'm here to save all the ones I can, and regardless of how they're living, at least they're still here for everybody to either get used for parts or restore, either way.
Are they starting to thin out, Murray?
Yeah, to some extent, but it's still amazing what turns up. Things find me almost every day, yeah. So it's really amazing what turns up, yes.
And just when you may think they are drying up, you hear the story of the guy with, how many Imperials did he have?
Over 200, and they all became available, and found a new home. So
One person owning 200 Imperial cars. One person owning just 200 cars. It's a lot.
yeah, 200 Imperials. He was trying to catch up with me.
Well, you know, I mentioned earlier you've got well over 1,000. I mean, the way you're going to hit 2,000. You've got them scattered everywhere. I think it is nice. I think the philosophy of trying to preserve these cars, I mean, you part them out. People buy parts from you. But you've also got your entire cars too, don't you?
Yeah, a lot of them are either too good to part out or just too neat of a car. Even if it needs a lot of work, they're still too neat of a car to part out. You know, somebody needs to save them, but it's hard to find somebody to save them all.
Tell us a little bit about your 68 300. What a glamorous car.
Yeah, that's a great car. I bought it. It's mostly original. It's been repainted. Just turned over 40,000 miles last night.
I just love the lines of that car of yours. It's just glorious. I mean, out the back around the tail lights and then the round lights just to offset the rectangular. I mean, what style.
Yeah, that's one of the best styled cars anybody ever built, in my opinion. I've got several of them that are done and nice, and I just love them. They're great cars. Great driving, great performing, just great cars all the way around.
Yeah. You got a 440 in that?
Yes, original 440. It's a 350 horse version. They also offered a 375 horse version, which you don't see too often, that they call the TNT.
Yeah.
And that really made a screamer out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Magnum 440s, 4-barrel carb, nice camshaft.
Yes, right. Yeah, that's basically what the TNT was. You know, came with the factory headers and the dual exhaust and all that, which I've added dual exhaust to that. It was a single exhaust car, but that's too much motor to have single exhaust anyhow.
Interior too, Murray. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's all original. It needs a few things, but it's, you know, they're only original once. So
I know a good parts guy.
yeah, it's hard to get parts for these old cars.
Now stick around, because after the break we're going to be back with Murray's daughter Christina, because she's one special girl and she has a very special car as well. Don't go anywhere. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Fletch.
I hope you're really enjoying today's show. ClassicRestos.com.au is the place to go for your DVD boxed sets of Classic Restos, along with other Classic Restos merchandise as well. And while you're there, check out my major sponsors as to how they can help you. Hope you're really enjoying Murray's car collection here in Indiana. Back with more after this. Welcome back. When we talk of the next up-and-coming generation, I have it right here. Welcome to today's show, Christina.
Thanks, Fletch.
Tell us, you're a lucky girl. You've got this gorgeous 1958 Fireflight. What do you tell us about it?
I got the car a few years ago, and I just fell in love with it when my dad brought it home, and I asked him if I could have it and work on it myself so I can have it when I'm older. And he said if I worked on it myself, I could have it.
How old are you now, mind me asking?
13.
13.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? 13 years of age and having a 58 Fireflight. It's good too that you're inspired. I mean, I know, you know, you've got the support of your family, of your mum and dad and your younger sister as well, which is really nice. And you've grown up around cars. And boy, when we say she's grown up around cars, has she grown up around cars? Over 1,000 of them now, right?
Yeah.
So how does it make you feel about that?
Oh, I really like the cars. They're really cool, and I definitely have a privilege that most people don't.
Absolutely, that's right. And I mean, a lot of the younger up-and-coming generations today, they're into the later model cars, and that's not their fault. It's just that that's what's around. For you to have an appreciation for something that's half a century old is kind of really special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very special.
So you're looking forward to getting your hands dirty?
Oh yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. So when do you think it'll start?
Oh, hopefully soon. I think we're going to start with the engine.
You got to work this in with high school as well?
Yeah. I'll do it when I'm not working on homework.
That's wonderful. Hey, that's so good, isn't it? Restoring the car with a dad, and I just think that's great therapy as well. Christina, thank you so much for being on today's show, and I wish you a lot of luck with this project, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely beautiful when it's finished.
Thank you so much, Fletch. Well, Fletch, there's definitely nothing better than a DeSoto with fins.
Just travelled a couple of miles down the road from Murray's place. This bloke, he's got sheds everywhere. Murray, what have we got here?
Well, Fletch, this is a 64 Imperial Crown, which is one of my all-time favorites. Great cars. If you never had one and never drove one, you don't know what you're missing. 60,000 mile original. Kind of dusty, hasn't been out in a while, but that's what happens when you're busy.
Have a look at the interior. It is absolutely beautiful. 1964, one of the most sumptuous interiors that you'll find, and one of the most detailed as well. But it's not overdone. Everything just sits beautifully.
Yeah, that's correct. They did the designers did a great job on this car. Everything is just so, and nothing's out of place and gaudy. It looks great.
Under the hood, what's happening there?
It's a 413. It'd be a 340 horse, which is all they came with. There was no engine option for the Imperial. Does a fine job. That's all you need.
Absolutely awesome. Okay, we're out and about. Now, where are we going next?
Well, we are going to go from here about 5 miles to another building with some nice cars in it, several to choose from, even a couple of non-Chrysler products. There's going to be a couple Cadillacs there to check out. And from there, we'll go to my other location, which is 7 acres outdoors and buildings full of stuff.
All right, okay. There's still a bit more to go on today's episode of Classic Restos. Come with us now for the ride. Thanks, Murray. I'm enjoying this.
Thank you, Fletch. I am also.
This is like the Mississippi River. It never ends. He's got us at the parents' place now. There's more cars.
Yeah, we keep them wherever we can. There's a selection here, even some non-Chryslers, which we still allow in the garage. But
Murray, did I hear right? Non-Chryslers?
Yes, non-Chryslers.
That must kill you to say that.
It does. But they're allowed to be in here. So
Absolutely. Family tradition. You've just got cars in your blood. And yeah, it's a general respect right across all genres. Start with the Cadillac here and just tell us what's hiding in here.
Okay, we have a pristine original 96 Cadillac Fleetwood, which is the newest thing you'll find around here anywhere. 56 Cadillac 62 series convertible. It's got the Eldorado package with the 2.4s and the gold wheels that has been in my family since 1958. Here's a 68 300 convertible, 58 Chrysler Saratoga 4-door hardtop with a built 392 Hemi, 68 300 4-door hardtop that used to be my mother's everyday car back in the 70s. We have
Used to take you to school.
Yep, used to take me to school when I was a kid. We have a 73 New Yorker Brougham, and last but not least, there is a 58 Chrysler Windsor police car.
You must have a lot of fun, especially with the police car.
Oh, the police car. Everybody loves the police car. The sirens and lights, everything works on it. Kids love it. It draws more attention than anything I've ever driven to a car show, no matter what it is.
Have you ever pulled anyone over that you know?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, that's awesome. And then when you walk outside just through the jungle there, we've got another garage next door and a sky blue Imperial. Another beautiful car.
Most awesome car I've ever driven. 64 Crown 4-door hardtop. Just a wonderful car.
You know, you back in time, you should have had your own dealership. You would have sold so many cars, Murray.
I would have wanted to keep them all. That's my trouble. Love them all. I don't want them to go.
Okay. Now, what's the story with your youngest daughter? We've got to go and have a chat with her now.
Oh yes, Danielle, my youngest daughter. She loves things all things 70s, and she's attached herself to my 73 New Yorker Brougham, and just loves it. But she can tell you more.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Fletch.
How are you?
Good.
That's good. Tell us about your car. This is the one you want, right?
Yep. My favorite thing about the car is the seats. It is a 73 New Yorker Brougham. I'm a 70s girl, and I want it so I can drive it when I'm older. Thank you for letting me be on your show, Fletch.
Hey, Murray, I really appreciate the weed tour going on here.
Hey, no problem, Fletch. We have weeds of all kinds here. Unfortunately, this time of year, the weeds overtake you faster than you can do anything with them. So we got them, but it keeps them in the shade and things covered up to some extent.
It's nice, it's like a home away from home. I mean, all these cars around you. I mean, these are the ones that have been parted out, but they've been here a long time too, right?
Oh yes, a lot of them have been here a long time, and they're here strictly for parts, and they've been helping other cars survive for years. So, and hopefully they will continue to do so.
You're a good guy. You mean well. You like to help people, and I mean, this is what it's all about now, fraternity too.
Exactly. I mean, I'd love to save them all. I'd love to save all these, but in my eyes, I have saved them. They're going on to help somebody else keep their stuff on the road and get their cars restored. Well,
these cars were beyond anyway, and they were going to go to the crushers. I mean, if you could get them here, and if you can salvage some parts and help some people out, well, that's great.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm in it for. It's first about the cars, and You know, of course, it's business. You got to do business, and you got to make a profit to do business. But it's about saving the cars. That's what I do it for.
All right, well, Murray, I just want to thank you so much for being on today's show. And, once again, it's the old story. You could spend a lot of time here with Murray. We could do 5 or 6 shows in a row on this guy. But look, thanks for, opening up your properties to us and showing us a little bit of what you've got.
And no problem, Fletch. I appreciate you coming back to see me, and you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good on you. Thanks, Murray.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you've really enjoyed today's episode of Classic Restos, a little bit of the Studebaker Museum, and of course part of Murray's private car collection. Now, this particular trip to the United States of America would not have been made possible without the continued support of my longest standing major sponsor. They happen to be an insurance company, and I know that you know who these people are. Find out more at classicrestos.com.au. Don't forget the other major sponsors of Classic Restos as well. When it comes time to rebuild your classic American-built GM or Ford vehicle, send away for a catalogue pertaining to your particular build. A 3 million part inventory awaits you. And what about oil and coolants? The very best, Australian-owned, been around since 1926, and a family-owned business. These sponsors can be found at classicrestos.com.au. Their logos are on the homepage. Click on those to be directed to their websites for more information as to how they can help you. And as I say at the end of every episode, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. I can either branch out into other areas or I can leave this alone. Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannon's Insurance, National Parts Depot, and Penrite Oil.